après-midi, mesdames et messieurs. C'est un vrai plaisir d'être ici cet après-midi. Puis j'aimerais souhaiter les bienvenus à Sylvain. Sylvain, je peux te dire que tu vas voir que les combattants de Storm on Dundas et Glengarry Sud sont très, très accueillants. Tu vas voir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so pleased to be here with at the Friends of the Veterans event. And I tell you why. I attended one of their meetings here probably a month or 6 weeks ago. And I can tell you from my experience anyway, I'm convinced they're doing some wonderfully good work. As has been noted, it's a peer support group. And you know, it takes somebody who has been there to be able to help someone that's struggling, that is coming back. And I commend you, Gary, and your organization for the good work you're doing, and I encourage you to keep it up. The good thing about this meeting is I think the head table, everybody in this audience, everybody loves veterans and supports veterans. And I look at Sylvain and Bernadette and myself, all of us, we want what's best for veterans. There's no question about that. One of the problems that I find, with all due respect, is that there is a lot of misinformation about veterans. A lot of misinformation that has been out in the public, and quite frankly, it's just not accurate. So what I thought I'd do this afternoon, is to give you some facts. Some of them you might not agree with the facts or might not like them. They, as I understand them, are the facts. Now, we formed government in 2006, and through 8 budgets, we have earmarked $4.7 billion. Billion with a B, not millions. $4.7 billion to improve the benefits and services we provide to our veterans and their families. I think that indicates commitment to veterans. We introduced a new Veterans Act, creating new payment options for disability award and enhancing veterans benefits. With these enhancements, we're ensuring that seriously injured and ill veterans have the financial help and support they need and deserve. A new partnership with Services Canada provides more than 600 points of service across the country where veterans can go to get help with applications, etc., and to try to sort out the maze in the system. Most of that is done locally, particularly through Legions, and they have the Legions have done so much work for the veterans. But this is 600 more options. Now I'll talk to you why we went to 600 new offices in a moment. In October 2012, we announced 2 major initiatives that will cut red tape. The My Back book and My Back account web services will make information on services and programs more readily available to veterans and to their families. Another major step forward came when we launched the Veterans Benefit Browser that will allow users to more readily determine what programs and benefits to which they may be entitled. And when we were looking at realigning the service delivery, the new veterans, not the World War II veterans and the Korean War veterans, but the new veterans are saying, listen, why don't you give us this service online? And that's why you see the Veterans Benefits Browser. This was in reply to the new modern veteran. Also in October 2012, increased support for veterans was implemented, whereby we ended the deduction of veterans' disability pensions. At one time, there was a deduction, and now we've ended that. We've calculated their earnings, loss benefit, and the Canadian Forces income support benefit. In our budget of 2013, Economic Action Plan 2013, $65 million to enhance funeral and burial program. First of all, we simplified the program for veterans, and we doubled the amount that veterans who require it get, from $3,600 to $7,376 in burial assistance. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, that is the best in the world. There is nobody, no country, has a better benefit, a better burial fund than Canada at the current time. Since 2012, September 2012, 36 funding announcements were made. You see improvements in cenotaphs across the country. Well, a couple of them were right here in Stormont, Dundas, and South Glengarry. Now, as part of the Veterans Transition Action Plan, new support of up to $600,000 over 4 years was allocated. As part of the Veterans Transition Action Plan, new support of up to $600,000 over 4 years has been allocated for veterans to participate in the University of British Columbia's groundbreaking Veterans Transition Program, which will provide group-based therapy for veterans across the country. A lot of the new veterans are coming back as you're aware, are coming back from Afghanistan with PTSD, and PTSD. This is a new phenomenon. They came back from the Second World War and the Korean War, and it wasn't identified. We didn't know, we were saying people were shell-shocked. Now we have to look, and how do we treat these people? And there's people in the audience who are very interested in that, and I appreciate that. February 2013, we enhanced our partnership with the Veterans Transition Program to provide veterans participating in the program with the opportunity to be the first to test the new PTSD Coach Canada mobile application. This is to help people to actually identify whether they have PTSD. Some of the Afghanistan returnees, they go online and with privacy, they are able to get a hint as to whether, hey, they may be suffering from PTSD. Gary was mentioning when he left the service, he didn't know what was happening. Something goes on. So this allows him in the privacy on the internet to be able to do that. Also we have the transition veterans. We have so many new programs. The new charter went from 19 programs and services to 31. Today, under the new charter, we have 31 programs and services to help veterans. But you know what I really want to talk about, folks, is that the biggest media event that you've seen about veterans is that we closed 11 offices of Veterans Affairs. Okay, and you heard about people that had to travel 11 hours to get to an office. Well, with your indulgence, I'm going to give you the facts. There were 11 offices closed. One of the offices that was closed was in Nova Scotia. There were 17 public servants employed there, and they had an average of 10 people visiting the office a day. 17 staff, 10 people visiting the office each day. Some of them to drop off forms, some of them to socialize. Some of the 17 people were making upwards of $75,000 a year. We, as a government, did not feel that that was a good use of taxpayer money. You also heard that people had to drive miles to get service now. Truth of the matter is, of the 11 offices, 5 were located in the very same building. Instead of having 17 people delivering service to 10, we left 1 person there, but in the very same building. In 5 cases. In 4, they were within 3 kilometers of where the original office were. In 1, within 5 kilometers, and in the other one, it was 15 kilometers difference. Now, when a person goes into it, a veteran walks into, any of you who are veterans, you walk into Services Canada, and you need service. And of course, in Cornwall, there isn't somebody there, and there's no counselor there. But if you need service, Services Canada will get a counselor to come to your home. Instead of having 17 people sitting in an office, twiddling their thumbs, we thought it would be better to deliver the service to the person's home. So, colleagues for sure, but ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to veterans. And you know, sometimes, when you see media reports, and sometimes you have to check the facts. And let me tell you, when I saw some of this rhetoric, I started phoning legions. How are you treating it? Have you got problems? You getting complaints? Well, I'm here to tell you, I've been a member of Parliament here almost 10 years, and I talk to veterans. I haven't had 1 complaint from a veteran on our government service student. Not 1. In the riding of Stormont, Dundas, and South Lindbergh. Okay? I've also had many complaints, or many accolades. I've had veterans phone me and say, Guy, what are they doing in there? Why are they saying that you guys are not treating us well? We've never been treated better. And if you don't believe me, go over to the Legion and talk to some real veterans. Thank you.